Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing the struggles and challenges that I have faced since moving and living in Finland for the past 5 years. As you all know, in this channel, I've been very positive. I've tried to stay positive and I avoid negativity as much as possible. But there's no country that is heaven, okay? There would always be challenges. Like, no matter how good you try to paint something or how perfect it might seem, there are always, the not so good sides or the challenges. And as an immigrant that is living in another country, I'd like to, call these like my own personal challenges. So I'm hereby leaving a disclaimer to this video that these are my personal experiences, and these are also similar experiences of other foreigners that have been living in Finland for the same amount of time or even longer than I have been living in Finland. So let's jump right into the video. The first challenge and struggle that I have faced since moving to Finland is the language. Finnish language is a very difficult language, and it is actually one of the top 5 most difficult languages in the world. It is a language that is very difficult to adapt to, especially when you move to Finland as an adult. It would be very difficult to learn to like a native level. Of course, there are some other foreigners that have come to Finland and maybe in a couple of years they are speaking and writing the language very well, but I don't think they are, they can use it professionally enough. And this could be similar with other languages in the world, but the Finnish language in particular is very difficult. And another issue is that a lot of Finns already know how to speak English language, so it's very easy for them to actually just switch to English language when they realize that you're actually struggling. And if you ask them if they speak English, they would actually be happy to speak English. So it makes it even more difficult. And it makes it difficult to integrate into the society as well. And Finnish language is not a language that is so compatible with Google Translate. There are some things that you can actually check on Google Translate, and of course, Google Translate will translate it for you easily. But there are other things that you have to actually learn it, because what you learn in classroom is different from what is spoken on the streets, and there are so many different forms and many slangs that are in the language. So you would have to have been almost born here or moved here as a child or have lived for a very long time in Finland to be able to adapt and speak the Finnish language perfectly. My second challenge and struggle obviously is socializing and growing my network. I think that has been a challenge since moving to Finland. And if you are an introvert that likes to actually talk to people on the streets or talk to people in the shops or even in the bus stop or have small talk and chit chats, I don't think Finland is for you, because the social life here is not so pronounced, and Finns are not the most sociable people on the planet. You have to actually make that extra effort. You have to make that attempt to go out. You have to, make that push, go out of your way, talk to people. You have to kind of be active on social media. You have to ask questions, and it's been quite challenging and difficult. And it's a country that if you want to be in your own bubble, it could be easy for you to just come in and live and do your own thing, and you can go about your activities in Finland in a day without actually speaking to anybody but just pressing buttons. But so for people that are quite a little bit on the extrovert, I'm an introvert, but I think I found that really challenging when it comes to making friends and growing my network here. And the only friends that you get to actually have are people that do the same things with you, maybe in the same classroom with you, or you have the same hobbies with them, or you've actually known them for a very long time, or maybe foreigners like you. So that's another challenge that I faced since moving to Finland. The third challenge that I faced since moving to Finland is quite obvious, is the long and dark winters. When I was coming to Finland, I thought that it was something that I was gonna get used to as the years go by, but this has not been the case. Like right now it's September and I'm already missing the summer, and I'm already beginning to feel a little bit down that the winter and darkness is coming again, because the winters in Finland are actually very long and they're very dark. So every year I have the struggle of trying to wake up early in the mornings, especially when the sun doesn't rise until like 10 a.m. in the morning, or even 11 a.m. or 12 noon in some cities that are really up north in Finland. So it has really been challenging for me. I still feel cold. I'm still, shivering and shaking if I don't dress warm enough. Like, I've not been able to adapt to the cold weather ever since I came to Finland. The fourth challenge has been finding a job, and by a job I mean a white collar job. Like where I'm from, like in Nigeria for example, I was changing jobs like outfits, but in Finland if you get a white collar job, like you better hold it and embrace it with all your heart. This is because I don't know if it's my field, because I'm in the communication and marketing area. If you are not in the engineering or IT sector, it might be a little bit difficult for you to find a white collar job in Finland, and this has been the case for so many other foreigners that I know. But there are always exceptions, like I said, and there are some people that have come here immediately and they've got jobs and they are doing very well and they are very happy. So this is also a case-by-case basis. And if I have to talk about the issue of jobs, I might have to do another video entirely on the issue of jobs. But this is something that I've realized that is quite challenging for a lot of foreigners to get a job in Finland. I remember a friend told me that she thinks that Finland is the most difficult, that Finland has the most difficult labor market in the world, and that if she probably went to Australia backpacking, she'll probably get an office job in like 2 weeks. I don't know, but if you're an Australian, is this true? Please, we can discuss more about this in the comment section. And the fifth challenge that I've had since moving to Finland is shopping for personal stuff and personal needs. I'm not a shopaholic, but if you're a shopaholic, it will be quite difficult for you to adapt, especially when you're coming from a country that has lower taxes and you're coming to spend money here. If you're buying luxury stuff, you're buying items like clothes, shoes and bags, things are quite expensive here in Finland. Even alcohol is quite expensive if you're going to the bar, if you like to eat out and you don't have a job. I think you might not be able to match your standard of living. So that's another challenge that I faced since moving to Finland, is having to shop for stuff that I actually need as an African woman. And these kind of things, you don't really find a lot of variety in Finland. You have to shop from countries like Germany or France, and then you import them to Finland. Or you might even have to shop from other countries that are far away and outside the European Union, and then you have to pay taxes. So it has been a little bit of a challenge, but I think this is something that everybody can actually relate to when you're not living in your country and then you have things that you actually already like a lot and then you're used to using. But on the other side of it is the taxes that makes things quite expensive. So if you're not, like, if you don't have a job here, or you are coming as a student, you would have to actually kind of minimize your spending to a certain extent, because the taxes are high in Finland, it makes things quite expensive. And I think this will bring me to the end of this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and let's discuss more in the comment section about your challenges and struggles since moving to Finland, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.